G'day. To get to our Zoom meeting, go to JimJimJimJim.com. At the top of the page are Zoom things like dates and times and videos of past meetings. But the one you want is the current Zoom meeting. Often when you click on that, you'll be taken straight to the invitation. But if we need extra security, you may see this password page. Neville will email or SMS you with the new password if needed. If you are okay with Zoom and Nev has your contact details, you're set to go. See you on Zoom. Otherwise, let Nev know your email and phone details using the contact form at the bottom of the JimJimJimJim homepage. This is a double-blind contact system. People don't see each other's email addresses. The system uses email you put in here at the small red arrow. But Nev won't know your email address unless you put it in the message section with the big green arrow. Zoom expert, if Nev has your contact details, you're good to go. The rest of this video is people who need an introduction or an update. This setup has been designed for a single click. Just click on this link, wait a long while Zoom loads a lot of things it needs, and you will be delivered into the waiting room for our meeting. But you must obey these two rules to get to Zoom. Rule 1, accept everything that Zoom wants. Particularly first time Zoom runs, you will need to approve access to your camera and your microphone and your screen, and you may have to agree to terms of service and perhaps even click a button to download and install the app. Zoom won't work without these things that it needs. Once you're in the Zoom program, that will be the time to attend to turning off your mic or your video camera. Rule 2, don't be tempted to click on anything else before you are in the Zoom app. Some of the buttons that pass before you on your screen will allow you to start your own Zoom meeting if you know how to, or join a Zoom meeting where you need to type a password. But we are one click, no password. Don't be tempted, don't click. You will know you are in your first Zoom meeting if you see a screen similar to this, unless someone has ticked it off. This will be the first opportunity for muting or turning off the video. Next choice is very clear. Accept that you're being recorded or leave the meeting. When you're in the meeting, you may ask us not to publish some or all of your contribution to YouTube. Just today, as I was making this video, I discovered that the waiting room no longer says waiting room. But it does tell you here what the waiting room does. That's where people spend time while the host makes sure everything is set up properly to bring everyone in. There should be no problem if you are joining the meeting when it's beginning. But people who have joined late have not been noticed in the waiting room for some time. If this happens to you, stay in the waiting room, SMS Nev, and he will let us know. Finally, a common problem for beginners, particularly on computers. Zoom may not take up your whole screen. It may be just in its own window. It won't stand out as well as I have made it stand out here. But if you click outside that Zoom window, whatever app you click on will come to the front and cover Zoom. Here I have Prime Video behind Zoom. If I click on it, it will cover up the Zoom window. If that happens, first look for the blue Zoom icon. On my computer, Programs Open are down at the bottom of the screen. Click on that blue Zoom icon and you'll be back in Zoom again. If you can't find the Zoom icon, it's often best to start again. When people in the meeting are trying to hear, all the noises from everybody's microphone are coming through. Mute yourself when you are not the person talking. You will best communicate if your head and shoulders fit neatly in your screen. If your background is too bright, or if there's not enough light on your face, you won't communicate well. If you hold your phone in your hands, you won't notice the tiny movement of your hand, but it will interfere with the quality of the picture and sound from you. This final section is for people who want to use an ordinary telephone, or just use their smartphone as an ordinary telephone. You will need two things to sign in. Firstly, you'll need the meeting ID down here near the bottom of the invitation. Secondly, you need to pick one of these phone numbers to ring. Enter the whole number if you wish, or leave off the international prefix and put a 0 in its place. Numbers on offer here are 03 for Victoria, 07 for Queensland, 08 for Western Australia, South Australia and the Northern Territory, and 02 for New South Wales and the Australian Capital Territory. The stay mute when you are not speaking rule will also apply for you. You mute and unmute yourself with a star, then a 6. That's star, not the hash. That's the star first, then the 6, not both together. Star, then 6. And while people in the meeting with video will be able to wave their hands for attention, you will need to use the raise and lower hand combo, star, then 9. This will wave a little hand for you on everybody's screen so they know you're waiting for your turn. Star, then 9. See you on Zoom. Cheers.